Mm.
Be bright like the afternoon sun and let everyone who sees you feel inspired by all the great things you do. Good afternoon, one and all present over here. I'm Hamrita of third year IT from Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute here to be the host of this session. Today, the Department of Information Technology, Association of Information Technovanza, AIDSA, welcomes you for the Alumni Interaction Series 9 on the topic of Scope in Higher Education by Ms. Brinda KK, batch 2013 to 2017, Technology Delivery Lead, Allied Irish Bank, AIB, Ireland, and CEO, Ridaan Overseas Education, India. I would like to call Mrs. C. Tamil Selvi, Association Convener, to deliver the welcome address.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my privilege to welcome our students for this Alumni Interaction Series 9, which will be handled by our own pride alumni, Ms. Brinda, from the batch 2013-17. She is here to explain about the scope of higher education. She herself have done her masters in the Ireland in Limerick University, and she is also owning an consultancy for higher education. So she is the best suited person for you to explain about or to motivate you to do the higher education abroad. So I would like to tell the students to interact more and gather more knowledge about or how to motivate themselves to get educated abroad and how to choose the courses in the foreign university and take what sort of help needed that could be hired from the our own alumni, and it will be a great opportunity for them to hear from their fellow mates who has passed out from our institution. And I would like to thank our HOD for this opportunity she has given for conducting the event, and also our management for hosting such an event all the time to get motivated. So the students also for attending the event. So I welcome everyone for the attending the event. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I would like to call Vishwa B of third year IT to give an introduction about our chief guest of the day.
Night has gone, morning has gone, but I have a good noon to say you. Good afternoon, everyone present here. I'm Vishwa from third year IT to give you an introduction about our today's chief guest. Today we are here to listen to the talk on the topic of scope in higher education. We have our alumni guest, Mr. Brinda KK, Technology Delivery Lead at Allied Irish Bank, Ireland, who has 7 years of experience in IT, who is also CEO of Ridaan Overseas Education India. She pursued her BTech IT in our university in the year 2017 and pursued her master's degree focused on computer software engineering in the University of Limerick in the year 2018. I am happy to welcome you, ma'am. Thank you.
I just want to make myself sure that I'm audible. Um, just can you confirm?
Thank you, Vishwa, for the brief introduction about our speakers. Without any further delay, I would like to hand over the session to you, ma'am.
Hey, hi. Thanks very much. But I just want to make sure make sure that I'm audible to the meeting.
Yeah,
Is
ma'am, you're
everything okay?
audible.
Yeah. Thanks very much. So, by the way, I'm Brinda, and I'm glad to be in the session. And today I'm here to just give a session on the scope in higher education. So, first of all, I would like to thank everybody for being here, and also Ms. Tamil Selvi ma'am for giving me this opportunity. So, before we go ahead, I would like to thank you all for your time. And I think let's kick off with the session if that's okay. Let's get the presentation started, and then I can just kick off with the slides.
Brenda,
Yeah.
let them all see you. You just on your video, so let them see you. Then you can go on off the
I
camera.
don't want to make them scared at the start.
Not at all. Not at all.
Hello.
That's good.
Okay. Yeah. If that's okay, I can just get on with the slides.
Shall I share the PPT?
Yeah, that's fine, ma'am. அண்ட் நான் தமிழ் தான். ஸோ சென்னையிலேருந்து தான் வரேன். ஸோ இன்னைக்கு வந்து நிறைய கேண்டிடேட்ஸ் வந்து நார்த் இந்தியாவிலேருந்து வந்திருக்கிறதால தான் நான் இப்போ இங்கிலீஷில் பேச வேண்டிய நிலைமையில இருக்கேன். ஸோ பட் அட் எண்ட் ஆஃப் த செஷன் Q&Aல நீங்கள் வந்து தமிழில் பேசினாலும் பேசலாம், இல்லை இங்கிலீஷில் டவுட் கேட்கறனாலும் கேட்கலாம். பட் ஃபீல் ஃப்ரீ. ஜஸ்ட் நான் உங்களோட ஓன் அலுமினி தான், உங்கள் காலேஜில் தான் படிச்சிருக்கேன். ஸோ வந்து இது ஒரு இன்ட்ராக்டிவ் செஷனாக இருந்தால் ரொம்ப பெட்டராக இருக்கும். ஸோ எனி டைம் நீங்கள் நோட்ஸ் மேக் பண்ணிக்கலாம். ஏதாவது டவுட்ஸ் இருந்தால் அட் எண்ட் ஆஃப் த செஷன் Q&Aல ஜஸ்ட் ஃபீல் ஃப்ரீ டு ஆஸ்க். Okay, so I think the slides are ready and I can just kick off. So by the way, I'm Brinda, and I think our fellow mate has given a good introduction about myself. But one thing is, I don't have 7 years of experience. I'm not too old. I'm still in my 20s. So I'm just having nearly 5 years of experience. So first of all, before getting into the topic, I thought, I'll just get an introduction with what are the topics that I'm going to cover. So let's get into the agenda slide, and I'll just keep on, telling about myself and what I'm going to talk to and everything. Okay. So can we move on to the next slide? Yeah. So for today, I'm just going to have a bit of topics. So the first thing is to introduce myself, and then about my journey abroad, and why did I choose Ireland, and why did I come abroad, and the overview in what's the requirement to get into abroad, or in terms of UK, Ireland, or any countries that you wish to, and the contact details, like my personal contact details, and tips and tricks, what normally students do and what are the mistakes they do. So what, the suggestions and everything. And then a bit of Q&A, and then a thank you slide. So as you know, the topic today is scope in higher education. So that's the main topic. And let's kick off with the next slide. Okay, so myself, I'm Brinda, and I did my undergrad in UG in MJ University. So I did my undergrad in 2013 to 2017. So I did it in information technology. And then I did my master's in University of Limerick in 2017. So as soon as I finished my undergrad, I just took my flights in 3 months. I was very excited to go. So then what did I do? I did master's in software engineering for 1 year. And luckily, in God's grace, when I was in 3rd semester, I got a job. So I got a job in AMCS Group, that's Advanced Manufacturing Control Systems. So I started as a project engineer, and then I got promoted as a technology consultant. And then after a year, I got promoted as a global digital engagement lead. So as part of that role, I was delivering digital engagement products globally. So in short, before I go on with the other topic, I'll just give a quick introduction about the company. So what they do is they do software for the waste and recycling industries. So for example, let's say in India, we get the council people to collect the bins, right? Whereas here, the same council people collect the bin, but there'll be different companies, and each and every company will be delivering the bin, and they'll collect your wastage. So, I know it's a very simple thing, but even for that, they need a software. So that was the main motive of that company. So I was doing a role like a delivery lead, where, for example, let's say you're a customer and you need to request your service provider to provide a bin for you next week. And what you do is you just get into a website and you order online. So that's like a product. And I was owning that product, and I was delivering that globally in, EMEA, in Europe, and, EMEA and US. And then I moved into another company as delivery lead, technology delivery lead, IT delivery lead in Johnson Controls. So I was managing the Hitachi business. So I was involved in delivering the products for the Hitachi business. I hope you know Hitachi, the aircon and everything, lives Johnson Controls. And then I got a better opportunity in AIB. So then I moved to AIB as a technology delivery lead. So right now I work in the credit platforms. So I'm delivering, more and more of technology products in the banking industry right now. So here, like I have like few teams reporting to me, and it depends on the each and every project. Sorry, each and every project. So on some of the projects, like I have like 3 to 4 teams. On another project, like 2 teams. It depends on the size of the project. So my role will be like managing the whole software teams, like the dev teams, testing, and the and the business. So in short, what we do is just get the requirements from the project. I hope you guys have you should be in third year or second year or third year, right? So I think you should be studying the software engineering modules. So as part of that, I hope you would have learned about requirements elicitation, this and that. So that's the same thing we're practically doing here, like getting the requirements from the business and then developing a product and delivering the product. So as a delivery lead, I'm responsible in delivering the whole bit to the end user. Okay, so that's the quick introduction about myself. As well as I own my own business in India. It's an overseas education consultancy in Chennai. So I just forgot about that. So that's my own consultancy in Chennai. So we do software, not the software. we do for the counseling for the education purpose. So whenever you guys want any guidance or anything, just feel free to reach out. So at the end of the slide, probably I'll just give you the contact details. So in short, what we do is we give counselings to the students and then suggest a good country with well opportunities, and then visa supports, and then what else? Loan support and accommodation, this and that. So all together, we do everything, and also it's free of cost for the students. So we don't charge anything from the students as well. So keep an eye on it. And okay, so let's move on to the next slide, if that's fine. So that's the that's the journey. So that's where all the games started. So until back home, when I was in India, I never thought I'd be abroad because until 21 or 22, I guess I was really like a small kid at home. My mom doesn't even let me to go anywhere on my own. So even to college, they book a taxi, this and that. They're very protective, like a real kid. But then I don't know like where I got the guts from. I thought I'm going to study abroad. Because my dad was telling about abroad studies, as well as in the university, we had some sessions like this, and the guys were giving a good session. So I was a little bit motivated to do something. But then, we were getting some campus interview opportunities as well. So I was getting some good opportunities. So I was, thinking to work in India. But then I was very excited to do abroad because because of my friends, everybody. So all in the class, I think we were like 43 or 44 in the class. And so everybody were thinking to do their study abroad. So I was also getting motivated. And then I told my parents that I want to study abroad. But I did this when I was in second year or third year. So I was very excited. I said like, I'm definitely going abroad and this and that. But then in final year, my motivation got a little bit reduced, whereas my fellow mates were very excited to go abroad. And then finally, as a miracle, everybody who said they're all going, they didn't go. And then I was the one who said I won't be going, but then I went abroad. So that's the quick thing it happened. But the main reason that why I'm here is because of MG University. I really want to thank and then take this opportunity, thank everybody, all my staffs and everybody, because this is a quick story that I want to tell, which even my professors wouldn't have known about this. So before I started with MG University, actually I studied in a college for 1 year. And then I had a very bad experience because of my health issues. And although I was studying well, but I wasn't feeling that great in that university because the way they treated, and then I was very sick at the time, and the way they handled me, it was all very messy. So I was very much upset and disappointed. So my parents were also very upset. And then one of my friends recommended to join MG University. And then I joined the university. Trust me, I really love it because the freedom to explore is something. That's the main point I've added in the slide, because that's something I would really respect the university. They always encourage. They're not too strict. They're not too strict. They're strict in the terms where they need to be, but they encourage the students' ideas, and then they motivate a lot. So you're not being pressured. Like I'm a person who hates pressure. So if someone is going to pressure me, I know I'm a delivery lead. I deliver projects and I have to deliver on time. But I always make sure nobody is pressuring me. If something has to be delivered, I can deliver it on time, but I don't like people pressuring me. So with university, with here in MJ University, they don't pressure us. They give us an opportunity to study, and everybody motivates, and especially the staffs are very friendly. So they were all very highly motivating staffs. And you might think how it helped me in my abroad studies. It's because that's why I was able to get a good score in my undergrad. I scored, I think, like for me, I think it was a good score. I scored around like 86%. And that really helped me in getting into my abroad studies, like getting into Ireland. So I got like, you won't believe it, uh, I got like 50% of merit scholarship, which was a huge thing because all my friends paid like so many lakhs and then I paid a little bit. So, to be very, very honest with you, at that time when I went to Ireland, the fee was 9 lakhs for 1 year. But honest to God, I just paid only 4.5 lakhs. Just imagine, just 4.5 lakhs. And I'm making good money today. And that's because to get the 50% merit scholarship, there were like two categories. One was you need to have more than 70 or 80% in your undergrad studies, as well as you need to have, pass through an interview with your course counselor, like an HOD. So since I had a good percentage in my undergrad, and then I was luckily able to, pass the interview in the college in University of Limerick, then I got the 50% of merit scholarship. So I would highly encourage you to study well. It's not that you need to study just, bookworm. Don't be a bookworm. Never be a bookworm. And I don't need to advise you people because I'm not that great. But I would really recommend to just get a good score. Try your level best to get a good score, because I never thought this score is going to help me in getting like 50% of merit scholarship. So we never know. Anything might help you at any time. So just try to get a good score, but don't get pressured either. Just do what you like. So that's that's about university, and then the staffs, and then the guidance they gave me. So that's the scholarship point that I mentioned. How it helped me. So I'm glad finally. I'm here today because of everything, because of the knowledge that I've got in the university, as well as the facilities they have. It's amazing. So that's my story, and then I think we can move to the next slide, if that's fine. So I know I've already mentioned to you, but I can just tell you why abroad. So I'm a great fan of India, so I support India. But even I really want to get settled in India, like in a few years' time, probably. But you might think, then why did I move abroad? It's because I think, especially like a person like me, who was just living, I think until I was in India until 21, 22, I have not even gone anywhere outside Tamil Nadu. Seriously, I know it's a shame, but I'd never been allowed to go anywhere, and my mom doesn't let me anywhere. So I think once I went to Bangalore to collect an award on behalf of the university. I think for winning a competition. I think we have a community, I guess, in the university called entrepreneurship. I think any FP. I don't remember the name right now. So even so for that even they took like few students. They picked up like few students to represent the university, and that was the only thing where I was allowed to travel. And even for that, I just went in the morning and along with the staffs. And then on the same day from Bangalore, you won't believe it, on the same night, I just came back home. So that's the maximum limit I am allowed to travel anywhere in India. But then, see, at that time, honestly, I never got any exposure. I was just being at home, studying, going to college, coming back home. There was no exposure at all. But then after moving abroad, seriously, you won't believe me, it really, really changed my life. And then I got to know who I am, what can I do. And I never thought I'll be an entrepreneur today. I never thought I'll be earning in lakhs. I never thought I'll be exploring these many countries. Today, I've been to so many countries. Like I'm in Ireland. I live in Ireland. I've been to Spain. I've been to Netherlands, Germany, France, UK, England, Scotland, not Scotland, Wales. So many countries. So it's all because after I came here, and I have done all these solo trips. You won't believe it. So this is just because after I came here. So after doing all these trips, now after 5 years, I've made a trip in India to Himachal Pradesh, to Agra and Delhi. So that I felt like that was the biggest achievement in my family because they never allow me to travel anywhere. And then how to handle yourself on your own, self-discipline, how to manage your financial things, and the main thing is gaining your knowledge. Of course, India is the best place to build up your knowledge. But when you come abroad, you get to know some more, like they're more concentrated on the practical sort of things, more than the theoretical side. So it helps you a lot, to improve your knowledge. And then job opportunities, it's really really high. Like in India, I know we have a good opportunity in India as well. Infosys, Wipro, HCL, TCS, CTS. There's so many companies, but they're all like service-based companies. So, like for example, let's say I worked for Johnson Controls or I worked for AIB or any companies before. So what they do is they give a project to these companies and these companies work for us. But I would suggest you to join. I know that's a good thing to improve your knowledge. It's all good, but I would really suggest you to join some product-based companies. So you know yourself, like because you'll have a vision and a mission as well, like what you're aiming for, what you're going to develop at the final stage. So when you come here, there are like so many product-based companies. So that probably a good that might be a good opportunity for an IT student like IT or CSE. Um, and then getting settled abroad. This is something, it's up to you. I can't force anybody, but it's up to you. Like because don't pressure yourself to make a judgment right away. Like hey, where you can get settled. If it doesn't mean like if you come abroad, you need to get settled here. It doesn't mean like that. I know there is a fantasy over there. Like when we take our first flight, we'll be like, oh yeah, I'm just going there. I'm gonna get settled. I'm getting my PR. I'm getting my passport. I know there will all the dreams come be flying in, but the real true thing is, don't make any decisions at the early stage. Just come over here. Just get your time, spend very well, travel, explore, study, get a good job, get a good career, and then make a decision like where you want to settle and everything. But if you're too focused to get settled over, in one of the countries here, then of course, like just you can get settled here because when I came here, when I took the flights for the first time, I was like, okay, I'm going there. I'm going to get married. I'm going to get settled there. This and that. But it's been 5 years. I never got married, and then I never. All my friends who said like they're not going to get settled here, and they bought a house and they're getting settled here. But I totally my story got different. So now I'm just thinking probably after few years, I might even come back home. Like so, but still, I haven't made any decisions. So it takes a while. So don't pressure yourself to make a decision right now. But studying abroad will definitely give a good exposure. So that's why I'm telling you again and again, when you just come study abroad, that's a good thing, and then make a decision. Okay. So that's one thing. And then what else I really want to mention here? Maybe I think let's get on to the next slide so I can just deep dive into the countries that I want to talk about. Do you want to move on to the next slide? Sorry, thanks. Okay, so the next thing is, just before I get into the overview, I'll just tell some more tips as well. Right now you're in second year or third year, right? So I would say, if you are very much interested in getting into development, then join a good class like Java, probably C++ or Java. I would recommend Java. So learn Java as much you can. And if you think it doesn't suit you, like for example, if you are not very much interested into getting into coding, then don't pressure. There are other courses as well, like management courses that you can focus on. So don't get pressured. But do what you are interested in. But try your level best. Like for example, join the class and see how you're getting on. Let's see if you're getting motivated and to learn coding, then continue with it. But if you don't, then don't pressure yourself, because I have seen some of my friends um, who were not really into coding, but they want to do something into coding, but then they weren't able to come up in their career. So, instead making a wrong decision, I would suggest you to see which you are really interested in. Like, let's say, join a Java class. See, if you're getting in very high interest in Java, then just get into it. But if you see, like, you're not being very attracted or very interesting, just don't worry. You have management courses. Like, even with my profile, I don't really code. I'll be honest. I don't really code. But I have all the tech teams reporting to me. So that's what I mean. So but as I say, but it doesn't mean like you can be just knowing nothing. So you need to know, like, if the guys are making the code, you need to understand yourself, like, what they're talking about. Like, you can't just stay in the meeting without understanding anything, right? So you need the technical background. However, when I started my career, I was working into code, but then I just started to become a lead, so that my technical expertise is important, but at the same time, management skills really helped me in my career. So that's why I'm saying. So just stay, and then there is a QA team, and there are so many teams, guys, like BA, business analyst, and everything. So, like, when we are in college, we get into a mindset where we think like, oh, if you're into IT, you need to code, code, code. That's it. If you don't code, then your life is gone. No, it's not like that. So there are so many other opportunities. Trust me. But I would really recommend you to pick up your coding skills. That will be helpful. That's for sure. Okay. So in order to give an overview here, there are so many countries here, like UK, Ireland, USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, like, and Germany, Netherlands, like, so many countries that people normally go to. The first thing is, I would suggest you to apply for a like an English-based country, because I always feel like it's not about just going abroad, just studying and then coming back home. It's not like that. You need to study and you need to talk to people. When you like, for example, I go to office, I can't just like sit in front of my laptop, finish my job, and then come back home. No, I can't do it. Like, I have to sit in the canteen. I have to give it, talk to people. That's how you learn other culture, and then that's how you get an exposure. Like, when you talk to people, and in order to talk to your fellow mates, you need to talk. You need to know a language. So I would suggest going to a English speaking country, because I have seen people going to France, or, like, I'm not demotivating anybody, but I'm just telling you I'm just being honest. I've seen people going to France, Netherlands, or any non-English speaking countries, and then coming back home within a month. And even the candidates I have seen in my own consultancy with such cases. So that's why I feel like it's really a disaster, because when in an excitement, we all apply. We think like, oh, I'm going abroad, I'm going to have to get settled, so I just want to go there. But then once you go there, when you don't have any, like, when you are left alone, or when you don't have anybody to talk to, then that's a disaster. So but non-Europe, like, European countries are much cheaper than English speaking countries. um, but think twice or thrice before you make a decision, because if you're really okay in learning a language, like, let's say you're planning to move, get in settled in Germany, and you're ready to learn German, that's totally fine. And if you're going to France and if you're ready to learn French, that's totally fine. But if it was me, I won't do it because I've been to so many countries for a trip, like Germany so many times, France a few times. But seriously, whenever I go there, I feel like it's okay for a trip, but definitely not to get settled over there, because the language, I don't understand totally like what they speak. So, but in Frankfurt, I think in Frankfurt or in Berlin, I think they have more people speaking in English. Although you're going to work in an IT industry, you will have some people speaking in English. However, they will expect you to get your German level a bit stronger, which means you need to learn the language. So if you're interested in learning a new language and getting adapted, it's totally fine. Then you can try that. If not, I would really, really highly recommend to go for an English speaking country. It doesn't mean like you need to get into my consultancy or go into another consultancy. That's no matter. Like, it's up to you. but this is just as an alumni, I just want to give a suggestion to you guys. So the first country that I thought of giving an overview is UK. So with UK, it's an English-speaking country. It's actually a wonderful country. I've been so many times in UK. You might think like, then why did I go to Ireland and not UK? Because when I applied for, I even wanted to go to UK at the time, but unfortunately, they didn't have the stay back at the time. So they had only like 6 months, I guess, 6 months stay back. So, which was too short. So I wasn't really sure like whether I'll be able to get a job after I do my undergrad, like so after my master's. Just imagine like we're spending so many lakhs, and once after we spend that money, of course we all needed money back. So I felt like after coming to, let's say I get into UK and I finish my master's, and after 6 months, if I don't find a job, then I have to come back home. So which will be a disaster for me. So I didn't want to take a risk. But at that time in 2017, even you can just Google it. So in 2017, they just introduced a new scheme in Ireland, like we can stay back. They gave us a stay back for 2 more years. So if it's going to be a 1 year study program, you'll get a 2 year stay back. So then I thought, okay, why not? So let me get into Ireland. I study my 1 year program, and then I have 2 more years to find a job. So within 2 years, I can find a job. But in my case, it was a little bit different, where I got a job in third semester, like within a year, like when I was studying undergrad as in masters, I got a job. So in my case was different, but I won't suggest that for everybody, because it's always good to have a stay back period, so that even though let's imagine I studied. Let's imagine I came here, I studied for a year, and then if I didn't get a job within 6 months, it will be a disaster. But right now in UK, they have introduced, like I think a year or 2 years back, they've again introduced the scheme where you are given 2 years stay back. Yeah, so for 1 year, you get 2 years stay back. Even if you're going to study 2 years, you're given like 2 years stay back. So for UK, I would suggest you to go for 2 years. It's not because I'll tell you, like, don't get, get a heart attack with the fees, because only for the first year, you're going to pay like whatever the fees is, 13,000 euros, pounds, something like that. But for the next year, you just pay only £1,000 instead. Let's say in Canada or any other countries, USA or any other countries, they will be like, for first year you'll pay 15 lakhs, or next year you'll pay 15 lakhs. It will be like that, 15, 15, 15. But in UK, it's not like that. Only for the first year, you're going to pay like 12 lakhs or 13 lakhs fees. And then for the next year, you just pay only 1 lakh. 1 lakh, not even 1 lakh. I think £1,000 should be like 80,000 or 90,000. But you get done one more year, where in the second year, you will be given a placement. So the university itself will give you a placement opportunity, and also they will help you with the internship, finding an internship. So that might be a good opportunity, right? Just in case if you finish your first year program, and the college itself will help you in getting a job and finding internship. So I think that will be a better opportunity. So because then you will have 1 year of study and 1 year of placement or internship, and then 2 more years of stay back, which means you have totally like 3 years in finding a job. So guys, I have to tell you one more thing. It doesn't mean like you will get the job only at the end of after 3 years. No, it's not like that. I'm just telling you to have a stay back for safer side. That's the motto here. So have an eye on UK. UK is my favorite option. If not, there are other few countries as well, like USA, Canada, Ireland. So with USA, there will be like 2 years program, and you need to and you'll get a 2 year stay back. But it's very expensive, guys. So it's up to you. If you guys are very rich, go ahead. But I wasn't rich, so I didn't go ahead. So it's up to you. It is like nearly 30 lakhs, I guess, 30 plus. Oh, okay, yeah. And then with Canada, it's a 1 year program, and you get 1 year stay back. Also, you have like 2 years program, but you get 3 years stay back. So let's say for the first year, you study, and then the next year will be like an internship and a placement. So even in Canada, they give this, sorry. So second year, you will be like getting a placement opportunity. And after that, you will have like extra 3 years in finding a job. So more or less, you will be in Canada for 5 years, which means within that three years plus your 1 year internship, you will find a job. In terms of job, UK and Canada, they're really best. So that's one thing. But in terms of um, cold, it's very cold country. Canada is very cold. UK is far better when it comes to Canada, Canadian cold. That's one thing. And then in terms of the language exams for UK, USA, Canada, Ireland, New Zealand, anything, you need to have your IELTS. But in UK, if I'm right, you can escape IELTS if you had done your undergrad in English. So I'm sure we've studied everything in English in your bachelor's. So you don't need what to say. You don't need IELTS in some cases. So which when you finish your final year, or sorry, when you are in final year, you can reach out to my consultancy and they should be able to guide you because right now they say they have this rule, but then after 2 years when you complete, the rule might change. So yeah, so that's with that. And then for USA, like you need to have the GRE exams, but it's again people have a false thing in their mind that everybody needs GRE. No, it's not like that because we have sent some students to USA without GRE as well. Like so, there are some colleges where they accept even without GRE, and to Canada, we have sent a candidate from FGR University itself. I'm not really sure whether you've heard about him. I think he's Leo from CSE, from IT, I guess. IT, yeah. So, so that's the biggest achievement I had through my consultancy because by sending our own, friend from MGR. So that's one thing. And then with Ireland, it's again like you study for 1 year. It's just 1 year program, but you get 2 years stay back, and the cost will be around like £12,000, €12,000 to 19,000 pounds, I guess. And then with Ireland, the same again. You have to get in your IELTS. And with New Zealand, it's same as Canada. So you study for 1 year and you get a 1 year stay back. But if you do for like 2 years and you get a 3 year stay back, and the cost is around like same 10 to 11 lakhs, and then 12 to 15 lakhs for 2 years program. So that's the overview. So since you guys are in second year and third year, I would say not to pressure too much. Especially with second year guys, don't pressure too much. The more you focus on coding, the more you get benefit. And then for third years, I would recommend you to start with your, if you're very much interested in getting into US, then start focusing on the GRE side. But with US, I would say, see guys, it's your personal choice, but I feel like it's very expensive. Like, and also in terms of getting the citizenship, like in getting the green card, it takes like years and years, like 10 years, I guess. So, but whereas in Ireland, like it's very quick. In UK, it's quick. Canada is quick. You get your PR and you get your passport very quick. So I would personally, if it was me, like and in a business perspective, if you're going to pay me more, I'm very happy. Like if you're going to USA, it's actually it benefits my company, but I'm not talking in that aspect. I'm just telling in your in a good way. Like spending 30 plus 40 plus lakhs and then waiting for 10 years for a green card might not be a wise choice. So try to get into countries like this and then make a move. So even myself, I'm just thinking I might move to US. I'm not sure, but there is some thoughts running in my head. But not right now. Maybe after getting my citizenship, or maybe if the situation makes me to move to US, it's fine. So think and decide in terms of that. And then for third years, so I would say start preparing yourself for the GRE if you're very much focused on getting into US, or try to and also try focusing on the IELTS. And the right time to contact us is when you are in your final year. There might be some consultancies. I'm not talking anything bad about anybody, but there might be someone like where they might be forcing you too much to do everything like right now. But it's not like that, because when I was in the second year, all my friends said that they want to go abroad and they were very much pressured and eager. Everybody started to join the GRE, this and that, and they were pressuring me as well. Then I started to fight at my home that I'm going to abroad. I'm going abroad and I just want to join all the classes and this and that. But honest to God, nothing happened for 2 years. So only in final year, it's the right time to do it. And so don't pressure yourself. Don't pressure your parents either. So when you get into final year, think wise, choose yourself, choose your destination, and then make a move. Yeah. So that's the thing, and then start preparing for yourself for the IELTS. IELTS is pretty okay, and it's based upon your English, right? So, and as I said, if you're a bit worried about English or the exams is and that, when you are in final year, just keep an eye. You can just contact us and make sure you still need English, or you can just escape IELTS exam with your undergrad certification. So that's with that. Um, what's next slide? Okay, yeah, we can move ahead with the next slide if that's okay. Okay, so that's the contact details. So if you want to make a note, just have it or take a screenshot if that's fine. So that's Ridaan Overseas Education Consultants. That's in Chennai. So we have an office in Forum, opposite to Forum Mall. I think just above Ratna stores. But since after the COVID, we're all working online. So, but still, if you want to meet anybody, just give us a shout and we can book an appointment and we can, meet you straight away. Since unfortunately I'm here, like we have other people who does it, so don't worry about it. And that's the contact details, like phone, email, and the website is under. We have a problem with the server right now, so I haven't included, but it's just visit ridanoverseas.com, and the Instagram, and then LinkedIn profile. That's my own profile, and we have a LinkedIn profile for the company as well. So just feel free. Um, okay, the next slide, if that's fine. Right. So that's the tips and tricks. So I think I've spoken about all these tricks, but I'll just give a quick overview again. Good score. As I said, try your level best in getting a good score. I'm not telling you to study like every day. Don't do it. But just, somehow or the other, just study at the last minute and just get some good score. That's my recommendation. But whenever you study, just don't like copy paste. Like what I'm saying is just don't mug up or don't do it. Seriously, don't do it. I have seen some friends who does it, and I don't really see like that didn't really help them in getting a good job. Seriously, and don't imagine like if you get 90%, 95%, you get a good job. No, it's not. So just understand when you study that would be very helpful. Like whenever you study something, just understand. Even if you don't understand, just talk to your stars. If not, just watch YouTube. I think YouTube is the best thing. Even though once after you get into a job, honestly speaking, nobody will help you here in telling you like, hey, come here, you're going to teach this. No, nobody's going to help you. So um, all they tell is they just tell you the job and you have to get it done. That's it. And one of the main reasons, like, just don't think like I'm just praising myself, but one of the main reasons why I was able to get good promotions in my first job is because when I joined the company, my manager left the job. Like, just imagine, I was a graduate, I joined the company, and within a month, my manager left the job, and I was totally freaked out what I'm going to do. And nobody helped me. They just told me, like, this is that has to be done. So I used to talk to everybody. I used to ask this and that doubts, everything to my fellow colleagues, and they helped me, and I was able to do it. So that was one of the reasons why I was able to learn quick, and then I was able to get a good promotion at that early point. So YouTube in a good way, seriously, will help you a lot. And then, but still try to get a good score. So that's one thing. At least 70%. But if you still think like, oh, 70 is too much, at least 65, 60. Just at least. This is just like if you want a good scholarship or anything, definitely 80%. But 70%, 80%, I'm sure. But if you think like at least, I just want to go, but I really can't get that good score, it's fine. Don't lose your heart. But still, focus at least 60% in your undergrad. And one more thing which I forgot to tell you in the last slide is it's about the arrears. If you have any backlogs, guys, just please finish it ASAP and never get any. Like in my case, I never had a backlog, but I've seen some of my friends who had like 15 backlogs, 30, 25. That's really too much. Never do it because like countries like Australia, Canada, they don't accept any candidates more than 15 backlogs. If you're going to have like 15 backlogs, then it's going to be really hard. So don't do it. So to try your level best in getting at least to pass 60% without any arrears. Okay, so that's one thing. And then so if you get a good score, you will get a good scholarship. And then when you get into a consultancy, please ask as much as possible in getting a scholarship. It's not just I'm telling about my own consultancy, like I'm just telling about any consultancy, because most consultancies haven't helped me in getting a scholarship. When this might be a very quick story, like one of the main reasons why I started my own consultancy is because I don't want anybody to face the problem again. Because when I applied for my master's in 2017, I went to like one of the famous consultancies. But seriously, guys, they just messed me up. Like they said, like I won't get a scholarship, and they said like it's a very poor score. I got 86%, but they said it's not possible to get a scholarship. I was very disappointed. And then I thought, okay, I'm not going to believe anybody. Let me try myself. And then my sister helped me in, applying for this. And then I got like 50% merit scholarship. Only then I realized, okay, I'm not going to believe anybody. so, um, so in my consultancy, I can assure you one thing is, if you're capable of getting a scholarship, we'll try our level best in getting a scholarship, because luckily I have a good job. So money is not my goal. If money was my goal, I would have started any other business. But one of the main reasons to start an overseas consultancy is just because I don't want anybody to face the problem I had. So, so even if you think like you don't want to come into my consultancy and you want to go ahead with another consultancy, please go ahead. I'm not stopping you; it's your own decision. But please make sure that you're getting your scholarship. And even in some UK universities, you won't believe it, they give scholarship. Like they even give some discounts, or you can call it as scholarship, even for paying fees a little bit advance. For example, you have your course in September, and you're supposed to pay your fees within July. And if you're going to pay within July, you get a €1,000 discount, like which is like almost a lakh. So you're saving 1 lakh, right, from your 12 lakhs. But nobody tells us, because everybody are money focused, so they don't tell us. But there are like tips and tricks. So I just want to be like I just want to be transparent. I don't want to hide anything. So that's one thing. And then the stay back. So I'm sure as soon as you finish your master's, like if you're going to study for a year, I'm sure within a year, after a year, you will get a job. That's for sure. However, I would really recommend in getting into a country with more stay back, because we always need to be in a safer side. Just imagine if you go somewhere and then you don't get a job, and then you will be pressured to find a job within 1 year or 6 months. It's going to be a pressure for you. So don't go anywhere without a good stay back. Always make sure you have an extra stay back, so that it will give you some time. And one thing about stay back is, students, when they apply from India, they are cautious about stay back. So what they think is, okay, I'm studying for 1 year and I'm getting a 2-year stay back or 3-year stay back. So I'm going abroad. After finishing my studies, I have 2 to 3 years. I can find a job. That's a good option. This is how they think when they take the flights for the first time. But after coming here, what happened is, students finish their first year of study, and after finishing their program, some of their friends get a job. And as soon as their friends get a job, these guys get very upset and get very pressured, and then they get very stressed. So please, please, please never ever get stressed in terms of that, because if you had to get a job within 1 year, then why the hell you would choose to get like 3 years of stay back or 2 years of stay back? So don't get pressured. It's fine. It may take time to get a job. It doesn't mean like okay, I got a job quickly, but it doesn't mean like it may or may not happen for everybody. So even in my case, if when I did my interview with the first company, for each and every round, like they took like 10 days. In the third round, I felt like, after finishing my third round, I felt, okay, in the next couple of days, if I'm not hearing any news, I'm joining something like a part-time job, and I'm going to make some money, because I don't want to get stressed. And it's not because and all my friends, they started to get some of my friends started to get the job, but I didn't get stressed, because I was the only one in the class who went straight away to abroad without any experience. All like we were like 17 in the class, and 17, and out of all the 17, all 16 were experienced except me. So I was really, I was really shocked, and I was having a heart attack myself, like how I'm going to get a job. But luckily things went well. But I'm telling you, in the worst case scenario, never ever lose your hope, and it's not going to be the end of the world. If you have come here to study and you have studied, that's the first motive. Don't worry about the rest.
Ma'am, are you there, ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am, are you there?
Hello.
Yeah,
I
ma'am,
just
you're
want to
audible,
check
ma'am.
myself if I'm audible.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
you're
thanks very
audible.
much. Um, cool. Yeah. So I can just get the slides again. Sorry. Do you want to share the slide if that's fine? Apologies, guys. I had a very bad network. Let's just give a few more minutes to share the screen. And
Brinda, I have shared the PPT. Is it not visible to you? Brinda, are you there? Brinda, are you there? She has a network issue.
hello.
Yeah, Brinda, you're audible.
Hello.
Yeah, Brinda, you're audible. You can continue.
Okay, so thanks, ma'am. Really sorry,
If
guys.
you
I had
need
a
to
very bad
share the
network.
PPT,
Yeah,
no,
I
no
think that would be
problem.
great, ma'am.
Shall I share it?
Yeah, yeah, you can. So, guys, so I was just telling you not to get pressured. So just wait for your time, and you'll get a job. Okay. So get into an English speaking country. So that's something I would highly recommend. And then we have already um, spoken about the IELTS and GRE. So if you're trying to get in GRE and in IELTS, I think 6.5. In most of the countries, they expect like 6.5 with the IELTS. In terms of
Ma'am is facing some network issues. Please stay for 2 minutes. Participants, kindly put your questions in the chat box so she can answer your questions.
hey, hi.
Hi, ma'am. You're
I think
audible,
now
ma'am.
it should be. Yeah, yeah. I think now it should be fine. Probably let's get on with the Q&A session if that's okay.
Yeah, okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
So we have a question like, is that possible to study in South Korea with 7% CGPA?
South Korea with 7.8
With a
CGPA.
7% CGPA.
I really don't understand why you guys want to get into Korea. But we need to check, guys. I don't remember on top of my head, but I think it should be possible. Like it shouldn't be a big deal. But I would really recommend, try get into some Western countries, guys, rather than getting into China, Japan, Korea, Thailand. I would really recommend you getting into, some countries like this because here is where you get to get more exposure. So yeah.
Next question we have like, how much does it cost to study in foreign countries?
As I listed out in the slide before, it will be around like it depends on the country. So as I said, in UK, Ireland, it should be like 12 to 18 lakhs. It depends on the course you choose, and then with US 30 lakhs plus, and then for the whole program, and then in Canada again it's the same. So at least like you need to have like 10 lakhs for studies.
Next
Mhm.
question, ma'am.
Yeah.
What about the higher education scopes in Ireland?
Of course, it's a good high. Of course, I live in Ireland, so I have to praise about Ireland. But the thing is, I'll be honest. In Ireland, but it's a very good question because each and every country has their own opportunity. For example, in Ireland, there's a good opportunity for IT and nursing. So I know we aren't, we don't have any crowd from nursing, but still, there is, there's a good opportunity for nursing in IT in Ireland, and also there are so many headquarters in Ireland, so there is high opportunities as well as in UK. You there are so many in UK as well. So I would say UK. UK is the best option.
Next question is how much CGPA is required for take admission abroad?
As mentioned earlier, guys, it should be like 60% minimum. But I would say target 70%. Target 70%. But if you want good scholarship, target 80%.
Next question is like, ma'am, please can you report about stay back?
What is stay back? Is it?
Uh, Repeat about stay back.
Repeat about
Just
stay back. Oh, yeah, yeah,
stay
sure.
back.
So stay back is something, guys. Um, okay. You're okay in MGR University, you're studying for 4 years, right? And then when you do your master's, it might be 1 year or 2 years program. Likewise, abroad, there will be a course for 1 year or 2 years or 3 years maximum. But okay, let's say there is a course for 1 year and you're taking your flights to Ireland for 1 year and you're finishing your course in 1 year. And after 1 year, they will say bye bye to you and then you have to come back home. So that is which you won't like it, right? So you need a stay back period where after completing your course in 1 year, you want to stay in the country to find a job and then to get a job. Yeah, just to find a job. So that's called the stay back period. So you won't, although your studies are completed, still you will have the time period to stay in that country, and that's called stay back. So in each and every country, they'll call it in a different terminology. Like for example, in Ireland, they call it as third level graduate scheme, which means the same stay back. In UK, they call it as PSW, which is post study work visa, which means you study for 1 year, study visa, and after 1 year of study, you'll given a 2 year stay back period. That is the post study work visa, where you'll find you are allowed to find a job. So anywhere, if you want to stay abroad, you need a visa. Without a visa, you won't be, you won't be able to stay in a country. So when you take your flights for the first time, you will be given only a study visa, which is valid only for 1 year. But once after you finish your study visa, you have to get into the immigration office to get your 2 year stay back visa. So they will give you like 1 or 2 years stay back, so that although your studies are completed, you can still find a job. That's a stay back.
Next question, ma'am. What
Mhm.
about the job opportunities in Ireland?
I think you guys are very much excited about Ireland, but seriously, I would say that's what I said. IT and nursing, there are so much, and especially with IT, there are so many headquarters. Like they have offices like Google, Apple, and everything in Ireland. So there are high opportunities for IT. Um, IT, yes, for IT there are high opportunities, but I would say to keep an eye on UK as well, because whenever I say UK, normally people think UK is London. It's not like that. Um, just Asia, let's say Asia, okay? So India, China, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, like there are like bunch of countries, and then you will call it as Asia. Asia is not a country, yeah. Likewise, when it comes to UK, it's not just UK's country. UK has 4 countries within it. One is England, because so many people think as UK means it's just London. No, it's not like that. So UK is made up of 4 countries. One is England, Wales, Northern Ireland, and Scotland. So these are the 4 countries. And then when you get into UK, you will have an opportunity to find a job in one of these 4 countries. So if you're going to get into Ireland, you will be able to find the job only within Ireland. But when you get into UK, you will have 4 countries. So within these 4 countries, you can find any job anywhere after you finish your masters. So and London is actually a capital of England. So because people people always mistakes. So it's not just you have to study only in London. There are so many other universities in UK. So that's an add-on point to your. I know it's not a relevant point to your question, but I just wanted to make up. That's it. Yeah.
Next question, ma'am. How much we can earn in Ireland?
Oh, you're trying to get my salary. Is it? It's fine. But it depends on. It depends on like when you start as a graduate, you get around like 30 lakhs, which is actually you don't think like oh you're getting 30 lakhs. No, it's not a big deal because when you come over here, your expense and everything. So 30 lakhs isn't a big big thing. But when you get a, when you get into a good position, like you get like 70, 80, 85. Yeah, it's like 30, 40 in average, 50, 60, 70, 80. Yeah, 70, 80 is a good one. When you are like a manager or lead, then you get something like 80, 85. Yeah, per year, 85 lakhs per year. Yeah.
Next question, ma'am. Like, what kind of entrance exam we have to crack to get additional info abroad?
Um, I really hate exams, guys. So I don't recommend any exams. No, no, I was just joking. But as I said, IELTS, if you're going abroad, definitely IELTS. GRE, if you're very, very intelligent and if you are very much focused on getting something into US, then GRE. But as I said, even there are some universities who takes you without GRE. That is also possible, but it's always good to prepare for your GRE. And what else? What else? Try and get some. Since you guys are from IT and CSE, so I would say Java. Just get something into Java and learn some basic database things. Learn basic coding about Java, and I think that would really help you a lot. And sorry, one more point just to add on. There are some websites, guys, that's called Coding Bat, CODINGBAT. Coding Bat. That's a nice website to start with. Just there will be like very simple questions. You will when you start it, it will be very helpful. And there are some very very basic channels in YouTube. Even that will really help you to understand what is Java. So it's basic points. So that is also a good thing to start. And there is another website called Hacker Rank. HackerRank. Hacker Rank. That is also a very good website. And another website is Codility. Codility. Because these are the three websites where they target in getting, even though if you're going to apply for a job, only from these websites, most likely you'll be getting interviews and then your aptitude questions from. So just have an eyesight on that. Yeah.
Next question, ma'am. Could you just show your workplace?
Today I'm working from home. so so unfortunately, I'm sorry, guys. And most likely, my job is only I go to office only once in a week. So rest of the like it's like 5 days job. So only Tuesdays I go to work, and rest 4 days I chill from home. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. That's it. Questions are over, ma'am. So thank you so much, ma'am. Now I would request Nivedita Srinivasan to deliver the vote of thanks.
And yeah, thanks everybody. நன்றி எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம். Bye.
No duty is more urgent than that of returning thanks. Good evening, one and all. It's a great honor and privilege to propose the oath of thanks on this occasion. Let me first start with thanking the Almighty God for making this event a resounding success. Then I thank our speaker, Ms. Brinda KK, for the great section. Thank you, ma'am, for such a knowledgeable and enlightening section, which would surely brought amazing transformation to us. It's my pleasure to thank our honorable and dynamic president, Engineer ACS Arun Kumar sir, who has been a great continuous support system and always encourages us to take a step forward and stay ahead. I also thank our white challenger, Dr. S. Geeta Lakshmi, Register Dr. C.B. Palanive, Joint Register L. Ramesh, Head of the Department, Dr. N. Kanya, for the guidance and encouragement in all our efforts. My special thanks to my friends who actively participated. Once again, I thank you all for your attention. Thank you.